I have chosen 4 locations as examples of how people have had a greater impact on the environment. The first one is UTRGV. Before UTRGV became a college or university, it was a farmland owned by the Norquist family in the 1920s. Because of the progressive social climate, junior colleges became an increasingly popular idea. H.C. Bake began to plan an expansion in 1925 with the help of Carroll Norquist, who proposed the expansion of Pan American College on the farmland he leased and tiled. Starting in 1927, what is now UTRGV, the campus became known as the Edinburgh College. This example shows how people have modified the environment around them for a specific purpose. The second location that I have chosen is the Renaissance Hospital. In 1995, 8 forward-thinking physicians concerned that many residents of the Rio Grande Valley lacked access to necessary health care. Working diligently for 2 years, they laid the groundwork for what would become one of the country's top-ranked hospitals. Renaissance Hospital is on the corner of McCaw and Dove on 5501 South McCaw Road, Edinburgh, Texas. The third location is the Museum of South Texas. In 1906, before it became the Museum of South Texas, it was the City Hall's County Jail, where Texas had its first execution by death row on October 9, 1913. The museum now displays 3-dimensional holdings that strongly reflect the region's ranch tradition, which developed in the 18th and 19th centuries, and the agricultural boom that began with the arrival of railroads and irrigation in the early 20th century. This museum shows how people have moved to where the environment will benefit them and how they have adapted and modified the environment. The fourth and last location is the Quinta Mazatlan. The home was built by Jason Chilton Matthews, who had the imagination to create a paradise, 8 acres of land, where much of it remains as virgin brush and vegetation. Inside this home, there is more information where they tell you the negative impact that building this home had on the wildlife habitat. Quinta Mazatlan contains a room that invites you to explore folk art through the eyes of Anne Maddox Moore. Her generous gift underscores the cross-cultural nature of the valley's relationship with Mexico and provides a dazzling experience of color and handwork that is fast disappearing. Folk stories always contain a moral that teaches us an important lesson about human nature. As you can tell from my face, this folk art room was my favorite one. The house forms a semicircle around the Quinta's pool, which was built first. It covers about 21,640 square feet. The adobe sprawl, sitting on 8 acres, is surrounded by tall trees and native woods and brush in South McAllen. Some stories say that Matthews used the same process that King Solomon used in his formula to build his temple, but that still remains unproven.